Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking, and as you've seen from the title, we're not only going to be talking about why I got banned from Bloodstrike. You're going to see it's a really funny one, but we're also going to be talking about the state of the anti-cheat and measures that are taken against hackers in general, because I feel like there is truly something to address here, which for some reason the bigger figures of the community refuse to address in what I feel is a proper manner. And even though I've not been involved in the Bloodstrike community for quite a while, I've only been playing the game since February, making content since March. I've obviously not been in the space for as long as some other people who've played the game for a year and a half or so. But I had been a partnered content creator for a previous Battle Royale game, so I have a good idea, better than the average player at least, of how these things are supposed to work. So I'm going to be addressing that later on. First of all, let's get to the nitty-gritty of the video, which is the reason I got banned from Bloodstrike. And I did receive an email from NetEase today, which is the best answer I've gotten yet, because I have tried to contact the customer support in a number of ways ever since my account got banned. I've tried it through the ease bar page, I've tried it through Discord, I've tried it through emails and stuff like that. And today I finally got my most accurate answer yet. It's not entirely what I requested. Interestingly enough, basically what I tried to do is I asked NetEase to give me a copy of my account information, because what I originally wanted to find out is what they detected on my PC. What is the software that triggered their anti-cheat and triggered the ban on my account? That's what I wanted to find out. And to do that, since I'm a European citizen, I'm entitled under a law called the GDPR. I can request a copy of my account data to a company and receive that in a normal account form. So I have folders and everything, like everything split up into different parts. That's what I requested originally, just so I can take a look at the information and see, okay, what was the exact reason I'm banned, and like what's the software, what's the piece of code, like how deep does this go, what's caused my ban, right? They did not bring me this. Instead, they gave me timestamps for when each individual event happened, and not only are they erroneous, which I'll get into in a bit, like the information they provided me is just simply not accurate. It's also just, it's weird. It's weird. So let's get into the email I received. So this is the email I received from NetEase. Dear player, thank you for reaching out regarding the suspension of your account. We appreciate your inquiry and understand your concerns. After a thorough review by our security team, we have determined that your account was found to engage in prohibited activities, specifically the use of unauthorized software, commonly referred to as cheats or hacks. Here are the specific details surrounding your account suspension. Date of login, May 27th, 2025. Time of login, May 27th at 2 p.m. Usage of unauthorized software, May 27th at 4 p.m. And the time of the account suspension, May 28th at midnight 51. So keep in mind that last timestamp, especially the 12:51 at midnight. I want you to remember that timestamp, right? This is my in-game profile, my account that got banned, my main account, top 20 in the server at the time of banning. We go into the match history, and I was playing at 4 in the morning. That's not, like, there's already a discrepancy between what I'm being told by the moderation team, like the security team, and what my account was actually doing, you know? And you might say, oh, well, it's just a time zone difference. Well, like, even then it wouldn't make sense, because it would have to be delayed by 3 hours between my actual time clock and theirs. And correct me if I'm wrong, there's not a time zone or an inhabited time zone that is 3 hours behind mine. I'm on UTC+1, I'm on the European summertime, I believe it is now. Please correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's a single timestamp in the world that's 3 hours behind at the current moment. It's just not a thing. So that's one oddity. But there's another one, which is that I was streaming that entire day. And as you can see, the stream started, once again, this is in local time, so my time, at 11:45. They said I logged in, what was it, 2 something p.m.? Which, no, unless you consider me like restarting my game because I got a crash or something as a login, which by all accounts it's not, because it makes sure to reload your entire like match information or anything. I hardly would call that a login. I just didn't log in at that time. It's like, already we're starting off on a shaky basis, which is like I'm being told information about my own account that is just not true, verifiably. Like, that's already insane. That is already insane to me. And obviously, since I was streaming for quite literally 7 hours that day, I don't have the entire VOD archive anymore. Okay? Just to keep it completely real with you, it's been well over a month since this stream happened, and Bloodstrike VODs on my channel, for whatever reason, only stay for 2 weeks at most. So that entire stream is just not available anymore. However, I did go and download a little while ago every single 30 bomb that I have dropped at stream. And that match in particular that got me banned is not included in one of them. So all I know about the match in which I got banned, supposedly, it wasn't a good match for me. Or at least it wasn't like crazy. I have the game that happened right before, some like 15 minutes before the game happened. I have the match that happened before that, but I don't have the match itself. I will still leave a link to that match in question that happened right before my suspension. In the description, it's going to be the first YouTube link you're going to see. And then below that, I will include the rest of the 30 bombs that I had dropped that day, just so you guys can see for yourselves if yes or no I was actually hacking on that day. The thing I want to talk about next is, I think, one of the most important and the overall point and problem that I'm trying to bring up in this video. So after this first account got banned, CLY Ava, I got 3 other banned accounts. Three other bans. The first one was on an account called Static Burst. It was an alt account that I had made shortly after starting the game, just because I needed to play with people who were below my rank. And just for complete transparency, I had given this account to somebody at this point, just so they could play with my group of friends, because that account was barely diamond and that person didn't have an NA account at the time. So I did give that account to somebody through Steam at one point. I will be completely honest about that. But that's still not the reason that I was banned for. This account was also banned for abnormal data and or third-party software. Another account was 7 with a little space character at the end, which also got banned very quickly after reaching Legend, actually. And then my 4th ban was on an account called ttttttt, so 70s with also a space character at the end, the same one as 7. Which also got banned fairly quickly after I reached Legend rank. The reason I bring these up is because I have quite literally recorded every single game, either recorded or streamed, every single match I have played on all 3 of these accounts. I already have every single stream that I've played on Static Burst available on this YouTube channel. If you go to the streams titled Banned on Bloodstrike, I play on this account with full monitor capture, like 6 or 7 hours every single stream. So once again, you'll be able to see if I am hacking or not. And I do believe I've already uploaded every single game I've played on the 7 account already. I'm not sure if I've done the same with the ttttt ones, but regardless, that will be included in the description. But still, I could be somehow using a third-party software. I could be using something like super hard to detect. I know that this doesn't prove 100% that I'm innocent. So I think the best thing to show you would be that I currently have an account, as of right now, that I have 45,000 points on which I have dropped my highest kill game ever, my highest damage kill game ever by far, amongst like so many top 100, top 50, top 20 players and or streamers that I have fought on this account, and it is still very much unbanned. I have it right now. I've played on it for like a month and a half almost at this point. I've already collected a fair amount of compensation notices as well for other people who were supposedly cheating, which at this point I don't even know if these are accurate or not, so I'm just not collecting them. But yeah, I've been playing on an account this entire time, dropping crazy stats each and every single time. Oh, I'm almost 50,000 points, actually. 46 most kills, highest damage 19,000. Solid enough match history. Nothing really different from what I was dropping on CLY Ava, so it's not disabling or anything or trying to stay silent or not. Nope, I'm still dropping just as many kills, just as much damage as before, and I am not banned on this account. Actually, I'm lying when I say I didn't disable something. I did disable something that was running on my PC on this account compared to all the other ones that I've had. I did disable one piece of software that was running on my PC, and that would be my antivirus. I've been disabling my antivirus just to play on this account, and it's not been banned. This is either crazy coincidence or something is absolutely busted about this anti-cheat. And this is kind of the overarching point that I want to make for this video. We don't really have an idea of how this anti-cheat works, which is really bad. I mean, I know they implemented some measures back in May, which happened to be, right around the period that I got banned in. But I know they put in place some methods to detect like speed hacks or packet manipulation, just stuff like that. I am fairly certain that this completely broke the anti-cheat because across all my accounts, I've gotten a fair amount of compensation notices for people who were cheating and stuff. Some of these people who were supposedly cheating just weren't. They just weren't cheating. I've had people in game that I've gotten compensation notices for. They're mobile players, first of all, and they're dropping like 500 damage a game. They're just not cheating. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know how else to explain it. But like, I know cheats don't make you good at a game, but also when someone cheats, and these are the stats they usually pull, you'll be able to tell, right? That's the other like aspect of it that people don't really seem to understand is that yeah, you don't get skill given to you if you're hacking, obviously. Like it gives you an advantage, but it doesn't make you good necessarily. So if you're a bad player and you start cheating, it will be 1,000 times more blatant than an already good player who's starting to cheat. I don't know if I'm making sense. I hope I am. But like some of the players I've gotten competition notices for, and I assume if they're banned for the same reason as me, they're also catching 10-year bans. They're just not cheating. Just straight up. Not to mention like the countless amount of players who have been permabanned recently. I'm talking about the Chris Carps, I'm talking about the RKZ, the Rays, and even outside of that, like Drainside and Atlas, and like a bunch of players like this. Lucy, that was playing Squad Fight a couple months ago that I've just remembered. People who've been playing the game forever, the majority of who I listed have like hundreds of hours of content available online that you can look back and watch and identify for yourself if they're hacking or not. Hundreds of hours. And they're getting banned like more and more and more nowadays. It just feels weird. And I don't really know why there's not much concern about it. Even from like the biggest creators, Lives, who, by all accounts, I really appreciate her content. Like, I think she's a great content creator, great player. Nothing personal against her by any means, but she uploaded a video a couple days ago in which she talked about getting a 2-hour suspension for something that she's not even sure of. She made a theory that she got banned because she threw a TP grenade at the skybox and somehow that got detected as a speed hack, but how are you not concerned? Like, the position she had in that video was that don't play the game in too much of a quirky way or a silly way because you risk getting banned. No, that's not the position you have to take in this situation. You are a partnered content creator, and you're not that concerned about the reason why you were banned? For abnormal data? I'm sorry, that is concerning to me. And I'm not sure why there's not much of a reaction about this. And you also can't say in the same breath, you don't know why you were banned. Or like, you were banned for like something silly even though you don't hack. And then in the same breath say that every single 10-year ban, or at least like the vast majority of them, are justified. Like, that is just not a consistent position. And I feel misplaced using Lies as an example of this because again, she's a partnered content creator. I would assume she is under various NDAs, contractual obligations. Like she can't really defame the game, so she has to be careful on what she says. But she has made a video fairly recently where she shows a guy blatantly aimbotting in Legend rank, blatantly. And if the anti-cheat worked as well as we're being told it is, that just wouldn't be a thing. At least on paper. I know anti-cheat softwares work on an update basis, right? Like they have to constantly update their databases to detect like which methods cheat developers use to bypass cheat detectors and stuff like that. That's how the anti-cheat on the previous game that I was partnered on, from Royale, which used the easy anti-cheat software. That's how it worked, right? But I'm sorry, if it gets to the point where there is someone blatantly aimbotting in the highest rank in the game, so that person has put at least like what 10 hours. Apparently, that person that she showed in the video had skins as well, so I'm gonna say like minimum 50 hours. If that person has minimum 50 hours in the game, they're blatantly embodying the highest rank in the game. They are still allowed to play for that long. And on the opposite hand, there's people who are by all means legit. I'm not saying everyone who gets banned is legit. That is not my point at all. But there is a good amount of people who are not cheating, who are getting banned, versus a guy who's playing for 50 plus hours and not getting banned. I'm sorry, your anti-cheat is not working. And if you're seriously claiming that I am using aimbots and wall hacks while I'm live on stream, while a dozen people are watching me concurrently, while I've uploaded I don't know how many hours of footage online at this point of me playing Bloodstrike, your anti-cheat's just not working well. I don't really know how else to say it. Something needs to be addressed urgently. And again, I feel misplaced being the one to talk about this because I'm fairly new in this community, but I just don't know how else to say it. Even back in Realm Royale, there was only one moderator. One, actively. By the end of the game, there was only one person actively working on bans and stuff like that, with some automated easy anti-cheat bans still getting sent out. If you had reasonable enough proof, you could just contact the guy. If you were banned for cheating, you just provided your proof, and then you waited a little bit, and then he'll give you a simple explanation if you're getting unbanned. That is 100 times better than the service I'm getting currently from a supposed multinational company with several people working in the moderation stack. I do think that this is pretty pitiful. So there you have it. That's all I wanted to talk about for today. Of course, I'm still upset that I'm getting banned unjustly. I wouldn't be able to tell you the amount of people who now view me as just a dirty cheater, needs third-party software to win games and stuff like that, when I'm not. I don't need to prove myself. I don't need to like surpass anything. I just happen to play the video. I'm sorry. Like, it sounds egotistical, but I don't know how else to present it. So, yeah, that's well. I'm still going to be playing the game despite everything because at the end of the day, I still really like the game. I like enjoying it. I like playing it. I like even the sweaty games, even though they're like really tough to play in. It's a whole bunch of fun. I would be a fake for trying to say otherwise, but everything in regards to the moderation team, to the anti-cheat, and the community as a whole, who for some reason refuses to have an actual honest and open conversation about this issue. It's just unfortunate, to say the least. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for listening to me rambling, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Watching.